around 18 years. I do consulting, I do mentoring, and what I tend to find is the reason why we're not successful on projects is because we don't get along with people we work with. Or there's so much conflict we can't navigate through it. There's so much politics we can't navigate through it. And so what you have to do, you have to play, I play a game of chess every day in corporate America. Because I don't know what I'm going to, when I walk into the office every day, I have a plan. I never go off that plan. I walk into the office, between the first 5 to 10 minutes, my whole world is turned upside down. I'm putting out fires all day, right? Because you're dealing with all that. So how do you get through that? And how do you solve those fires, get solutions to them without people? I need to rely on other people to do that because I can't fix them all myself, even though I would like to think I can. So on your table, I'm going to switch up how we're going to do this exercise because I want to get to some other stuff. So on your table, you have 2 documents. You have, it's called the Business Analysis and Project Manager Agreement, Business Analyst and Project Manager Agreement. The one that has all the blue on it are questions, things that you can use as you're having this conversation. Another thing I realized, and you probably felt this a couple years ago, I believe it's gotten better, is that there used to be a lot of friction between BAs and PMs. For some reason we just could not get along with our PMs. PMs couldn't get along with the BA. Some of that was because they didn't know how to leverage a BA. It was a new concept, right? A new skill set. They didn't know how to leverage us. And then from a PM perspective, the issue I had sometimes with PMs is they kind of got their role confused and thought they were my manager instead of the project manager, and that caused friction. It's not that they meant to do that. I really don't think they meant to have this friction, to be honest with you. PMs have a certain skill set that is needed on a project. Business analysts have a certain skill set that is needed on a project. Both roles are needed. No role is better than the other. No role is more important than the other. They're both important roles, and they're both needed. The skill sets are needed. But for some reason, we just couldn't get along. So one thing that I did that has helped me in my career is I actually do an agreement with my project manager. So I actually sit down with the project manager, and all the things that Tyler talked about, we actually have a conversation. So what do you expect of me as a business analyst? And then you really find out, do you know what you're supposed to do? Do you really understand what the BA does or what my job is? And you have that conversation up front. It allows you to be more effective when you're doing your project. So this is a tool that I use. I'm not going to make you guys go through this because I have some other fun stuff that I want to get to. But this is a tool you can use, and I would recommend, try it. Try the tool. Sit down, the next project you're about to get on, if it's a PM you've never worked with before, if it's a PM you already have a relationship with, it's probably not as effective. But if it's a brand new PM, or even if you're working on a project that has multiple BAs, which can get very complicated as well, sit down with them and work through exactly what Tyler was talking about. Ask those questions. How are we going to do requirements documentation? How are we going to communicate with each other? What are your pet peeves? What ticks you off? What makes you very successful? What do you like to see? Is your pet peeve, I don't want you to be late to meetings. I know that, so I'm going to be very conscious of that, right? I know that if I'm going to be late to a meeting, maybe what I need to do is over-communicate with you and say, I'm going to be late to this meeting, just not show up late, right? Because you know those are the things that are going to irritate them. So try that. This is a tool. I want you guys to email me in 60 days. Who knows, I might have a prize for people who actually do it. I don't know. Depends on who I'm doing. Email me and let me know if it works. And we're going to move on to collaboration. This is the fun thing. Okay, so Tyler talked about building a relationship. So we're just going to assume that you guys have done everything Tyler told you to do. You've done your agreement, and now you're ready to go. Because now you know what you have on your team. You know what you're collaborating with. You know what you're working with. You know the people you're working with. You know the personalities you're working with. So let's talk about what is the definition of collaboration. So if you look up collaboration, just if you Google it, because everybody does Google now, Wikipedia, right? So if you Google it, I'm not the type of presenter who likes to read things to people. You guys can read. I don't need to read the slide, but I do want to highlight a couple of words in the slide. You work with each other, you work together, it's a collective work, you're going towards a shared result, that's collaboration. But it wouldn't be right if I didn't put in the BA Bach version 3 definition of collaboration. Did you guys realize, I found this very interesting. So is everybody familiar with version 2.0 of the BA Bach? Do we have any CBAPs in here? Congratulations, I got my CBAP this year too. was worse than labor. I'd rather have twins again than take that certification. That was a hard certification. I'm not trying to scare anybody. Your eyes got really big when I just said it. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but it is a hard task, and you really have to study for it. Do you remember one of the knowledge areas in version 2.0 was requirements analysis? Do you know what that's changed to in version 3.0? Requirements analysis and collaboration. Anybody ever think they might know why they added collaboration to that knowledge area? What was that? Okay. But as you can see, there's more of a focus on collaboration, right? This is an important topic that they even named the knowledge area after it. There's a reason they call that collaboration.
I think the main reason why they added collaboration to that is because once you get done with your requirements, you then have to go back to your stakeholders or whoever your requirement owner is, and you need to make sure that you've got that documented correctly and that you've got the message that they want to get across. So you've got to really go back and collaborate with who gave you those requirements, make sure it's what they want and how it's going to perform.
That is true. Collaboration actually happens up front. I mean, you just get the requirements. Actually, just identify your stakeholders takes collaboration. Just the initial, just getting the scope of the project takes, everything starts off with collaboration, so it's an important topic, right? Let's get past a couple of these other videos, because I think you guys got the point. So there is actually something called the collaborative life cycle, believe it or not. Of course, we have diagrams for everything. I just thought this was kind of cool, so I threw it in here. So, collaborative life cycle. We have external factors that we cannot control. We have institutional things that happen. We have climate changes, national and institutional. We have resources that might be an issue. Some of those things we can't control. They're external factors, right? On the inside, you have your project cycle. I did not say your software development life cycle is just a project cycle, so don't look at this as requirements, design, testing, all of that. It's really you have an initiation of some sort of project, you have clarification, implementation of that project, and then you have completion, some sort of success rate. But in the heart of the collaborative life cycle, can anybody guess what is the center of the collaborative life cycle? What did you say?
The water cooler?
No. Communication is called what? It's part of what kind of skill?
Soft skills.
I think you deserve chocolate. You're right. Internal processes, interpersonal. If the interpersonal is the heart of collaboration, and you get that was easy. So this the soft skills is the things that Tyler was talking about. The communication, the building the relationships, all that. It's not just the technical side of what we do every day. I personally think, now this is just Paula Bell saying this, there's no stats out there that support this theory, but this is my theory off of being in this role for 18 years. 80% of what I do is soft skill, 20% is technical. I can't get anything accomplished if I can't build a relationship, if I can't communicate, if I can't collaborate. I can't get anything accomplished because I can't do it on my own. So 80% of my energy goes toward the soft skills every day, all day. 20% I actually take on the concepts and the technical skills to get the things done. Again, that's just a Paula Bell statistic. There's no data to support that. That's just my experience. So don't walk out of here and say that Paula Bell and Tyler Thayer said that 80% of what BAs do is interpersonal. It's just my personal opinion. So how do you do this thing called collaboration? Number one, invest time up front building the relationships. The reason why Tyler's piece took the longest of the presentation is because that's the investment. The investment, you've got to take the time and build the relationship. It's not going to work, you guys, unless you do it. I'm telling you from experience. I've made a lot of mistakes in my career, so I'm trying to help you not make the same mistakes I did. You've got to invest the time up front to build a relationship. You've got to communicate the goals. What are you trying to achieve? And stick to those goals. If somebody tries to go past those goals, pull them back. That's not what we're working on right now. We got to focus on what we need to get done. Define roles and responsibilities. This has been one of the hardest things for me to do in my career, and as of late, because for some reason, when people hear roles and responsibilities, they equate that to accountability, which is true, but they don't want to be accountable for them. They want to get things done, but don't say I'm going to do it. No, Paula's not going to get that done. Don't put my name to that task. That means I actually have to do it. They don't want to be held accountable. And so trying to nail down roles and responsibilities, people get a little bit fearful of that. But from what we heard this morning, we're all in, right? We don't have to fear, we're going to be courageous. So get your roles and responsibilities done. Have some negotiation and influencing skills. We do that all day long. I feel like we're a detective most of the time. Ensure that the team leaders on the team have coaching and mentoring skills, that they can teach other people the knowledge, that they can mentor or help others as need be. And always leverage your collaborative skills, which we've talked about. You know, your interpersonal, your relationship building, your, as Tyler talked about, different working styles, all of those things, leverage all of those in your collaborative environment. And then most important, you gotta model the behavior. If you're not collaborative, you can't expect other people to be collaborative with you. Pretty much you're hearing that as a theme throughout this conference because it started this morning on modeling the behavior. You gotta model the behavior you want. Done. Communication is key though. Communication is the biggest thing. All right, exercise 2.